Hey guys, hope you're all doing well today. So it is, actually it's the 31st now, it's like 12:30 at night. Today was a really long day, it dragged, so I just wanted to come home, relax. I think I maybe played an hour of a video game and the rest of it was just sitting back and watching relaxation videos. I tried something a little interesting and I looked at the top 5 games on Steam by total time played. And for anyone who doesn't know what Steam is an online store for, or it's something you can download onto your computer, but you can also do it in the web browser. But it's basically where you can purchase and play all of your PC games. It's a really nice way of staying organized, and I was blown away by one big stat. I mentioned before about Stardew Valley being a huge relaxing game for me. It's basically like a farming simulator, dating simulator, crafting game. Like, it's got a whole bunch of elements to it that just make the game really fun and amazing. And one of them being the soundtrack and just how relaxing the game is overall. While I was looking at that game, I have 731 hours invested into Stardew Valley. The next closest game is Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I played more Skyrim on my consoles though. So the next biggest game is Skyrim on my PC, and that only has 210 hours on it, compared to the 731 of Stardew Valley, which doesn't really surprise me because of just how much, when it comes to PC at least, it's the accessibility of being right here. For a console, it's just more fun for me to be on like a couch and play it rather than sitting in my computer chair, which is not really in the best sitting area for playing a console. And it's just easier to play relaxing games on a PC for me, like games like Zoo Tycoon, Minecraft, any of the Tycoon games really. The Sims is sort of relaxing to me in a way, as well as Stardew Valley. I think what really does it for me though is just how relaxing the gameplay is, and the soundtrack. The soundtrack is just amazing. It's something I can just put in the background and just do chores around the house. It's a really easy, flowing, calm soundtrack. It's really cool. Speaking of soundtracks, I am currently writing reviews for all of the games that I complete. It's a lot of writing on Word, but one of the things I'm starting to do is I want to give it the fairest review I possibly can. And music is one of those things that I need to review very carefully, because I feel like you skip over a lot of the music while you're playing the game. Unless it's really catchy to you, and only a few games have done that, like Stardew Valley, Skyrim, and Kingdom Hearts, and the Pokemon games back in the day. So for other games, I'm finding the playlist online for the whole soundtrack. And I'm like, today while I was at work, because like I said before, it just dragged on and on. And what I ended up doing was just loading up some soundtracks through YouTube, letting them play through my headphones, and while I was doing work, I could listen to the soundtrack. And I actually ended up doing that for games like God of War, Doom, Command & Conquer was another one. Unfortunately, it didn't help my day go quicker though. I mean, each soundtrack is like, what, almost 3 hours? Like over 2 hours long. And, well, some of them are a little shorter than that, but I was kind of hoping that it would help my day go by a little quicker. No such luck. But that's going to do it for tonight. I have to get some rest because I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be kind of the exact same day. I'm just going to be in the office doing a lot of paperwork, so it's kind of going to drag a little bit. I am going to see Godzilla tomorrow. I'm a little nervous for the movie, just for the fact that I don't think it's going to do that well in the US, just because of how bad the reviews are coming in for it. But if you look at the rating for that movie compared to other Godzilla movies, it's on par with it. Like, and I love Godzilla movies nonetheless. I just love seeing the monsters, and I think it shows a huge difference between the Japanese culture and the Western culture over here, because they love those movies over there. Like World of Warcraft, when that movie came out, it absolutely bombed over here. They could literally make a sequel based on how much Japan and China loved it, especially China. So it's a huge difference when talking about which groups of people like which movies. I love Godzilla. Chances are I'm going to love it tomorrow. I'm not going to give a full review on it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I will let you know how it goes. So I will see you tomorrow. It's now Friday, the weekend, thank God. Sorry if you can hear my fan. I have it on high today just because it got actually quite warm. I mean, heat rises and I'm on the second floor, so everything is warmer up here. But it got to like the mid 80s today. I may miss winter. I definitely miss winter. I like fall and winter. Those are my two top holidays, or seasons. Went and saw Godzilla tonight. I was happy with it, somewhat. I'm not going to spoil the movie. It's going to do well despite what critics and reviews have said about the movie. It's still going to do very well. I think it's supposed to hit like 60 to 65 million, which for what they were saying, like, it has to. The production cost for it was around 200 million. So for them to actually make a decent profit on this, apparently worldwide, it has to hit $400 million. Fingers crossed, I'm hoping it does. The movie itself, anything that had to do with Godzilla, I loved it. The human part of it is extremely boring, and that's half of the movie. Instead of the first Godzilla movie that came out back in 2014, where only 15 minutes of the actual movie had to do with Godzilla at the very end of the movie, and it was all based on the love story. This one had to do with a family, mother, father, and daughter. The daughter was played by Millie Brown, who you may know her from Stranger Things. She played a good part, but there was still 50% of the movie. I enjoyed everything with Godzilla and the other kaijus. So when it comes to movies like Godzilla, I take more of a Japanese approach to it. I don't care about the human interface of the movie. I mean, the mom, with what she did in this movie, I was ready for them to kill off her character within 10 minutes of the movie starting. Like, oh, she's doing some really stupid stuff. Just go off and kill off the character already. Like, save the problem. She's like, I'm not going to ruin it, so I'm not going to go any further into that and why it ticked me off. I don't care about the human interaction in the movie, and that's where the Western audience differs from the Japanese audience. The Japanese, or the Asian audience in general, because, and I say Asian because in China, World of Warcraft did amazing. They also have a huge World of Warcraft fan base over there with the computer game. Same thing with Japan and Godzilla. Those movies do fantastic over there. Over here, they don't do so hot, and it's because of the audience. Another thing I really found funny about this is that there were a lot of women who liked this movie. They did polls on all of the people that went and saw the movie with race and gender and age, and I want to say it was like 86 or 87% of women said they liked the movie, whereas only 84% of men said they liked the movie. So the fact that more women, I mean, yeah, it's only a few percent, but it still matters. Like, that's a huge jump, and I'm really happy to see that the gender barrier with movies with gigantic kaijus in it, or Godzilla movies in general, are making a little bit of a difference with the audiences that they're targeting. So I think it's really cool. As far as this weekend goes, I have a bunch of PC gaming that I want to get through. I also have some board games that we're going to be trying out tomorrow instead of playing D&D, and I want to film some of that and put that on this one. So this video, when you guys see it, it will most likely be going up late Saturday night, because I definitely want to put some of that stuff in here. The board games are really cool. It's the Disney Villains game, and then one based on Thanos and the Avengers. So I'm going to film some of that, just the visual of it, and I'll add that to here so you can see us playing it. But that's gonna do it for tonight. I am deadbeat tired, and I will see you all tomorrow. So today was a board game type of day, and it was actually really fun. We ended up playing 3 different board games. Thanos Rising, which is a really fun Marvel, obviously Thanos based. He's out to get the Infinity Stones, and you're out to try and stop him. It's a really fun game. We also played a game called Mysterium, which I've seen people play in the past on videos, but I've never actually touched, and that was a couple years ago. A good buddy of mine brought it over, we played it. It was actually an extremely fun game, or I really liked it. It's a big clue-driven game, kind of like how Clue was, that original board game. But this is more of a very detailed, I want to say if Clue is the kids' version, this is the adult version of it. It's a lot more fun. I think I would consider it more fun to play than the original Clue. And then the third game we played was Disney Villains, and that game is actually really fun. And I know there's an expansion that I want to get for it, where it includes 3 more villains that you get to play as. But this one was actually really fun. And the only issue I have with the game is that it seems like, unless you play it a few times, it is a bit confusing to play at the very start. But like I said, if you play it a few times, it starts to click, and you get quicker with it. But overall, I think all 3 of these games were a blast. If I had to pick a pure favorite, it would be Thanos Rising for sure. We're going to do things a little different this morning. We're actually going to go to the Humane Society, take a look at what they got for a rummage sale. They're trying to help raise money for themselves. So we're going to do our part and see if we can find a dining room table. If I can find one that's wood, I wouldn't mind repurposing it, sanding it down, adding a new stain or varnish to it, depending. If it's not wood, may end up just spray painting it, making it look really nice, like a gloss finish. but we'll see what we can find. May even find some more. Who knows? Let's get going. All right, so went to the Humane Society to take a look at some stuff, and we ended up finding a small table. It's actually a pretty large table once you actually put the leaves in it. It extends pretty far. It's an oval. This is what we got so far. So I'm gonna repurpose it. Gonna add gloss finish to it, and I may end up changing the legs out. Depends if I can, if I'm okay with how they look. Otherwise, oh, not a bad table. So we just gotta get it home, put it in the garage for now, and then over the next week I'll slowly work on it, or quickly depending on how it goes. I don't want to sand it too far down. The only issue is that, I'm not sure you can see them on the sides here, but they have little lips that I may have to try and sand down depending on how they look. I don't know. It's gonna be a process. We'll see how it goes. All right, so sorry if you can hear the dirt bikes. The neighbors are kind of loud like that, but yeah, this is what I was talking about before with the lip. We just got home now, so I brought it out a little bit, but it's got the lip on the side like that. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to sand this down or if painting over it will be just fine. But when I paint everything, everything's going to have to come off, including the rails, all the stuff on the sides, and it's all going to be spray painted white or maybe a different color depending on what I can find online. I'm not exactly sure yet. It's going to be a little bit of a process, so I got some research to do tonight. All right, so got the fan going on high, trying to cool off because it's like breaking the 80 marker already today. So now that I'm back from that, I got some research to do. I'm going to try and find exactly how to incorporate the colors of the area as well as the flooring and make it look nice. And I need to find chairs too, so I don't know if I'm going to go to IKEA for that or Home Depot or Menards, but I got a lot of research ahead, so I'm gonna get cracking on that. I'm also gonna put this video out. This video was supposed to go out yesterday, so this video is actually gonna be going out today on Sunday instead of yesterday on Saturday, just for the fact that some of the gaming stuff got restructured around, which still worked out in our favor, so it was awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna get this video out, and I will see you all next time. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and share the video. More the merrier. I will see you all next time. Take care.